bringing it into the second game, like, are you confident typically in trying to pick it up again? Is that like more of a stubborn feeling, or do you just want to get rid of that and just play a different hero entirely? Like, what's more common that you found with teammates?
Well, me personally, it's just gone. Hero doesn't exist anymore. Teammates, it depends on some people just write it off for the series because it's like I need to learn some things about this hero. If it's a mid laner, so RRL for example, he's going to play whatever game because he just thinks he's the best player in the world because that's how mid players are. They're extremely cocky. So it depends on the role, I think, depends on the personality. I would say in this game, you could see them picking up OD again, absolutely, because it was RRL that had the rough game. And so if you're going to pick it up in the off lane, Monster's like, well, I didn't screw anything up. And then RRL's like, well, neither did I. I'm a mid laner. I don't screw anything up. So yeah, I think they could definitely pick it still.
They could, but Void Spirit's still out there, and I don't know if you want to go against Quinn's Void Spirit again. It would
I agree.
Be,
I
really
think you get it out. Yeah, I think Void Spirit is a fairly solid matchup against the Invoker. It's not like Ember. Purging the Void Spirit shield doesn't really matter with this Quaswex Tornado. Void Spirit has a really good attack animation. He's going to get his early levels in the lane. He's going to be able to roam. I think you probably want to ban it out. I mean, Quinn Void Spirit, like that's a classic meme. Like you let it if he picks this in a pub and he's on your team, you just know you're going to win.
Do we know if they play Invoker in any other position than 2?
I doubt it. I don't think any of them do. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm looking, and every time it seems to have been the 2. It's been their second grab too, a couple of times in their matchup against It's Okay, and of course when we witnessed their matchup against Black and Yellow.
So I mean, it looks obviously like a comfort pick, but at the same time, you have to know that by the end of the draft, they're going to be picking something that's going to feel really good against Invoker, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what they may go for, and it's still an option out there, is getting that Lycan again. Remember, this was the team, it's like, oh, give them the Alacrity, give them the Bloodlust, dump everything into Lycan to run down towers. 5ManMidas was the lineup that put that together. Maybe something they're going to try to go for again.
Well, if they're going to go for the Lycan, might as well go all out and get Juggernaut as well. Position 3 Lycan, 1 Juggernaut, Invoker mid. Let's see some biting Blade Fury action with the Shard. Sounds amazing.
They could just go for like a classic PA, something like that. Just Alacrity on some like ultra carry.
No, that's too boring.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that, Shannon.
Why do we not see... I know it seems like a meme, but every time I've seen it, it's just dominated. This biting a Juggernaut or whatever hero you want to team up with. Why don't we see it more often?
Because Lycan offlane is fairly garbage and super punishable. Like imagine playing this into an Enchantress. You're just going to get a Wolf Stolen. It's going to have 1,000 HP in armor. You're going to be very sad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's rough. It's really rough in lane, pun intended. And you can't really... Like, you just can't really do much until you get, like, Necrobook. And a lot of offlaners need to apply pressure a little bit earlier, I think.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Crystal Maiden coming out.
Frostbite against the creeps.
Yep. It's good.
They're going to fight. It's going to be a Frostbite into an arrow, Dakota. Have you ever seen such a ridiculously good combo?
It's a tale as old as time. And I would hope it's something that they can, like, use. Very potent setup. An opportunity for them. The 2 ladies together. Love to see it.
The
true
of 2
coddle
cities,
guy coming out,
if you
right
will.
there. The lore.
Lady Marana, always a pleasure to watch you. Crystal Maiden, oh, both of you together. My, oh, my.
Invoker, you're close enough, yes.
Invoker, stay away. You're in the middle of my 2 ladies. Can you step out and let Cotto step in, please? Oh, I'm banned. Never
Invoker,
mind.
I'd say he's feminine. Has a feminine touch to him, right? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Got the long hair, the long braids.
Could be Kid Voker, so we won't have to worry about that.
Oh, that's okay. That's going to get weird. Okay, let's relax.
Hey, gentlemen. Okay, now I like this. This is where 5ManMidas did find their success, remember, in pulling out the Monster Bristleback. Now, in that matchup, it felt like a great counter pickup. It was going against Ricky at the time, remember? And we really got to see Monster kind of take over. It's not so much of a immediate pseudo counter in this, but they feel confident enough to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean,
and
when
maybe
you look at
Quincy
Bristol,
crew are not warmed up.
The things that I think of are Mana Burn, which they don't have anything right now. There's Break, which they don't technically have anything, but you could get a Silver Edge on technically Kunkka. It doesn't feel that good anymore. And then Spirit Vessel, which I assume Kunkka will build regardless. But I feel like you need more than just the Spirit Vessel these days.
You
What
can
do you
always
think?
go for some just like Terrorblade PL. Like PL would be good because you, like you mentioned, have the mana burn. But like Terrorblade is just because the high armor Naga as well. Like these high armor heroes just will not die to a Bristle in lane because the effective HP you're gonna get from those stick charges, like he's never gonna do enough damage to kill you. I think you definitely want to go with the high armor guy here, for sure.
Have you guys seen the Kunkka shard yet? The tidal wave or whatever it's called. Ugh.
I have. Yeah,
Let's just pretend this hero was not
Ooh.
picked. Ugh.
That's a good Legion pick though. I mean, like look at the heroes it's against. You can dispel the Frostbite, you can dispel Cold Snap, you can dispel Arrow.
See, that
and
is the
Forces
problem.
Bristleback to face forward, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Bristleback.
It's a classic Bristle counter actually. Like
Sure.
it counters every single one of these heroes in some regard. The only problem is like if you get caught by a tornado EMP, it's literally all your mana. Like there are no
Right.
items you can reasonably get where that's not all of your mana.
All right, Ice Frog, I know
That's
you're
sad.
watching. I'm going to plead to you for the millionth time. Please redesign this hero.
Oh my god.
Press the attack should not be the reason that people pick this hero. Okay? This is not like Duel is one of the coolest spells in the game, both in its action and if you actually result in getting damage for regardless of which team gets it, it's amazing. Please press the attack, put it on a different hero, redesign her. Thank you. Bring her back her
Sunsfan,
horse
do you
as well. and
do you think
mustache.
Legion Commander is better in Artifact than she is in Dota?
She's decent in Artifact, yes.
Okay.
And there's no press the
Le-
attack either.
Legion Commander, in my opinion, is really just like the King Kong of Dota.
God, I
Here we
hate you.
go.
A lot of people didn't
LeBron
see the
James,
trailer,
if
by
you
the way.
will.
A lot of people didn't see the
Yeah.
trailer. Godzilla is the villain, believe it or not. I know that he hasn't been in the past, but they want to switch things up. You know, they don't want the same old garbage storyline every time.
NADPC brought to you by Godzilla vs. King Kong trailer out now. Go check it out. Free publicity there. As we circle into our final pickups now, the final bans. A couple of juicy cores taken off the table inside of Quincy Crew. They get rid of the Morph. They get rid of His Majesty the Wraith King. An anti-mage getting taken off the table. They really fear the mana burn on this one. And you know, it's been a
PL's still
Yawar pickup in the past, but yeah, PL's still out there.
So-
and I like that option when Jenkins brought it up, but ooh, troll.
Okay. Well, you have a lot of okay, the Ags is really good this game. You can dispel a mega shit ton of spells on yourself.
Yeah.
And you can actually take off Alacrity, I believe, from them. Is Io last pick?
Core Io.
Wow.
Or is it maybe it's Core Marana?
Woo!
Lies does play Core Marana. Oh, Core Io. Okay.
Okay. I
Okay.
want to see this. Let's go, 5ManMidas. I'm rooting for 5ManMidas. I don't care. Core IO. Gentlemen, what do you want?
I'm rooting for them, but I already picked Quincy Crew before the game started.
That's
I'm
true.
a man of my word. Will Jenkins copy me again?
I did actually run the calculations here on my PC Spectrum calculator, and it does indeed look like Quincy Crew has this one. They have the advantage in the laning stage, the advantage in the mid game. I think that's going to carry them through.
All right. Let's see if Quincy Crew can get it done or if 5ManMidas have some fun planned for us here in game number 2. Let's send it over to Trent and Lyrical after the break.
Hey, I think we're back there, bud. I think we might have missed our warning there. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hey.
How's it going? Yeah. But,
Unbelievable.
Okay, it's
Hello,
cool.
and welcome
Sometimes
back,
you just drop
everybody. Welcome back. We got a game number 2 on our hands. I was just looking something up because there's a lot of interesting things going on in this game for Quincy Crew, for 5ManMidas. The most interesting thing, obviously, is going to be that core IO. And this is something we actually saw in the Southeast Asia region. One of the very first games that Fnatic played, they're playing against T1. Raven went the core IO, and they dominated. They looked amazing. You had so much regen. I think you had 35,000 healing in that game. And it was off the back of a couple of heroes that like try and focus in on one. So whether it's a dual target and troll beating somebody in this game from Quincy Crew or what have you, there's going to be a lot of healing out there. What do you think of it, Trent?
yeah, I've gotten to see it a couple times. I think it's pretty cool for a couple of reasons in this game, most notably the IO and the Bristleback, but I mean, even the CM aura is kind of neat, right? You're like stacking a lot of mana transfer all across this Bristleback, so he should never run out of mana
True.
at some point. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's fairly similar to the past core IO. It's not really much different. You still have the Ag Scepter with the spawning ones, and then you have the Helm of the Dominator.
Right. So the big difference that we did see before was that Heart is now getting picked up at a little bit of an earlier time, which I think is pretty cool for an item pickup. And of course, you can also go things like Holy Lock if you want. Definitely don't have to.
He actually already has Helm Ags queued up, so yeah.
Yeah,
It's I mean, it's gonna be the build, but still, it's like, yeah, I know how to do this.
right.
Pretty easy.
True enough.
I could need regen or anything. That's ridiculous.
But as far as the mid matchup, we're seeing Quinn walk on out with the Admiral. Gonna go up against a Quas Wex Invoker. This could be a bit of a rough laning stage for RL. This is a classic, really bad matchup, I think. Kunkka against Invoker.
Yeah, you're hoping for the rotation plays as the Invoker to make your game. It's not gonna come out of the lane per se.
Right.
You don't really have a lot of advantages at all in the lane, right? Like that's the main thing. What do you have going your way? He's got the damage. He can TP home. He has easier setup for rotations than you do at the earlier levels.
Right. We did just see there as we're watching down bottom, but RL was able to secure a last hit by using Cold Snap to interrupt Quinn's animation. So that's something at the very least, but it's not something you can like sort of get constantly or super reliably.
Yeah, he has Ixer though on the Mirana. Maybe that'll come into play.
Okay.
That is one way you could turn this, right? One stray arrow, perhaps, to create something.
True. We'll see how that one goes for sure. But meanwhile, in these other side lanes, up top, you can tell that the constant regen's going to be coming out where Shu can maybe pass over a Tango to Lies or what have you, and they can trade off some regen there. But so far, 2-1 versus Lislau, who's already gotten a pretty nice little chunk of last hits going in their favor, and they managed to secure the side pole as well. Very difficult for CM to come over and contest that pole with MSS and Lislau in the lane.
Yeah, I would pass on that. I think from CM.
Oh.
CM's I don't know. She's such a middle of the road support in every way. Like I do like her. I think that she's like overall still a very good support, especially in like pubs and everything. But she doesn't do anything like particularly well in the laning stage unless she has that right kind of partner. And IO isn't really one of them. You think of like your kill heroes or something.
Right.
That's where CM can really shine with like a Crystal Nova slow into like a Jug Spin or whatever. Your classic like high early damage. And meanwhile, the couriers are just getting picked off by MSS with a deep ward there. That's essentially just a courier killing ward back there.
Yeah, and if they can deny
These were
us that
so
regen-
popular. Yeah, when the couriers first came out, everyone did this. Remember?
Yeah.
Like they constantly had this warded.
Nature's Prophet position 4.
Oh my god, is he gonna get this one too?
Ooh, he's running for it. It's so slow.
The little penguin, no!
Oh, run away.
Oh, it's like patch day all over again.
Dude, that is devastating. Because right now, the regen, I mean, I guess CM still has some. But yeah, MSS is
It's
putting
a
in work.
good voice line for it.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad killing this small, innocent penguin with a backpack. But he doesn't.
No.
Almost, he says.
Cold-blooded assassin. And we haven't really talked about it all that much. As you can see, there's some battle going on there for the side pull potential. They can keep on interrupting. Down bottom, Monster's not having the easiest time in the world on this Bristleback. As Lies, again, just taking those right clicks, continuing from MSS, and they can't really even chase. But Akester's going to be pressured back a little bit here as Monster picks up his bottle. And there is still that one bounty route up on the high ground, actually, if they want to retreat back and fill their bottle.
Oh, that is nice. That's actually still saved, too. And looks like Ixer is coming for the big play. Unfortunately, there is a ward. So if he was to rotate to the mid lane, it would be spotted, and he's actually already on his way back anyway. So maybe Monster needs the assistance here. He's only level 2. LOA's level 3 right now. Oh, there's the third for Monster.
Okay. And damage gets it. First blood drawn. Akester will be able to find the follow-up kill afterwards onto Enchantress, but losing the Bristle is never good. And I mean, that was with him going a point in Bristleback.
Oh no, the ward again. No, please.
Dude. Oh my
Oh,
god.
ward, sentry, raindrops, and a salve.
Dude, they're pissed. They're so mad. They're so angry. Get the hell over here, Mrs. We're gonna take you down as the chase is coming, but still living for the moment.
Right. Now, if he
And
loops back, he can get this courier coming out too. The Penguin's coming back.
Dude, you know he's going for it. If they can get that, that's like all the regen. That's everything.
All right,
It's
he
a
now
crown
sees
on there.
it. Is he gonna go?
Dude, he's definitely going. MSS, get out there. Get on your
There's
horse.
no way. He can't get there.
No.
I want to believe.
They'll let something pass through.
The embargo has ended.
Yeah. Well, Igster does run over, pick up the bounty rune real quickly to refill the bottle. Gonna go for a stack play at the same time. Does she manage to get them both just outside of range on that top one? It's not an easy thing to get.
Man, it's crazy that MSS was so low and they still couldn't even contest the bounty rune. So I guess that they're getting the 2 down bottom, they're not as bothered by it.
Right. I guess part of the problem is just that like Lai's movement speed is still limited by the CMs as well.
Yeah.
Too, right? Like, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's actually the fast one in the equation.
Right.
Not usually good news for your pairing. All right, well, the X is starting off. There's a tomato coming through.
And RL gets hit there. That level 6 from Quinn, so devastating. And all they need is that one rotation from Enchantress to make sure it works. And across all the lanes, they're just losing it ever so slightly. With mainly, I guess, Bristleback not having that great of a time, too.
You know what I love is that Quinn also had his dust ready. How many times does the Invoker get away with the first, you know?
Yeah.
Happens all the time, still, in pro matches. But Quinn was ready for it. I mean, double value anyway, because there's Moran on the enemy team, so eventually you're going to get some value out of this no matter what. As,
Very true.
LOA is still in here. Not too concerned about his positioning, I guess.
Yeah, takes away some creeps as well. He's going to leave. This is awesome. Look at what he left in that hard camp over there as well for the Enchantress. So it's just one small creep that's left in the area.
It's very rude.
Another X. Doesn't have mana yet for the boat, but the Torrent is going to connect with MSS moving in. They dodge the arrow, tries to get him. The chase down, the beat down. This is a rough Invoker game, my dudes.
Oh man, that
there
angle.
with the tiebreaker, and one more hit comes, a double kill. LOA. Put it up.
I mean, he even had more leaps. I think he just thought he was good. He didn't want to burn them.
And up top, Laslau takes down the kill onto Shu. The freaking Io couldn't keep him alive. Things are falling off the rails super quickly here because Quincy crew are damn good at Dota.
Ooh. Goodness. Bristol, you get another stack off here? What do you got? You got just the one double?
Yeah. Yeah, they blocked the camp. That one hurts. That one hurts. That's your catch-up mechanic, right?
Yep. I mean, that's your whole strat, pretty much, is you get like a quad or quintuple stack of Ancients and throw it on your Bristle. Usually you need Vanguard to farm it, but with the help of the Io, you can just do it. As if this game wasn't hard enough, LOA now has the bird dancing down bottom.
Yeah.
The tornado's coming through, Twister Alley, and they're going to use that to help push this tower.
And the slowdown. I mean,
Don't
he's
die to
level
the
5.
tornado.
The tornado, the slow, steady burn down. Ugh. And another round of them not being able to get the D word on the Ancients. So I think that needed to be clarified that, you know, this was blocked off, but does not happen. And the continued acceleration of Pharma, 3,000 gold lead as a duel up top yet again, finding the finish. They managed to take him down. MSS, one that secures the kill, but it's Slough that gets the duel damage.
Once more. 20 already. You know the Wildwing Tempest has a attack speed slow of 15? Because I didn't.
I didn't know that either.
There you go, guys.
Igster hits an arrow, secures the kill. That's an earn charge. But no more cold snap right now. Means they won't be able to go onto Quinn, who's still standing very tall here. Actually gonna X him.
Boat right now.
Toward him. Connects there, but didn't get the Tidebringer hit. Just showing him who's boss.
Yeah, just a little tease of what could be happening.
In the meantime, Liza's going to get his first item now, picking up the Helm of the Dominator, so he no longer is going to have to just tether to the CM and walk around super slow. Ups down a ward. Shoo. Spots the Torrent, realizes I am not safe here, and going to leave. This ancient camp still not blocked, or still blocked here rather.
And Yawar has the exact same game again. We're just never gonna see him. his game is just secured. You know, hit some creeps. I won my lane. You guys go win the game. Thanks.
Well, he's going Yasha instead though, so it does look like he's trying to get involved early.
Hey, he just doesn't want to be bored. It's just like, guys, I want to play too.
RL. Can't quite get him. The EMP combo, annoying to deal with. But bottles through it. Now, on the high ground, they will get a bottle refill onto Monster. And this can't, I mean, at the 10-minute mark, it's still going to be blocked out. Eggster has to go for another jump away. But they're just, I mean, they're just being hounded. They're in this area and they can't leave. Nowhere to farm.
The Enches look particularly obnoxious this game, I will say. He's got the Ice Armor creep now, too.
Yeah. They will get the Ancients unblocked now, so they'll have a respawn there at least at the 11-minute mark. But another X. There is the boat afterwards, sent out, so it's going to combo together perfectly. Getting some vision, dead again. RRL not able to deal with it. They are so good right now on Quincy Crew.
Yeah. I know you have one hero holding down east side lane, and then you're just trio in the mid, and that's it. That's their Dota right now. They're tri-laning mid at 10 minutes pretty much. They're just forcing this tower down. Zero threat on the Troll or the Legion, so they're just gaining a crazy amount of gold everywhere, and that's why the lead's already at 6K.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really, really good right now for Quincy Crew. And 5ManMidas, they might need to get 5Midas to catch back up. And then just be left alone for like 20 minutes.
That's a pretty solid plan, I think.
Yeah.
Smoke ganks, perhaps, need to be coming out here soon. Eggster has had a pretty hard game, too. I mean, he's gotten both of their kills, but perhaps not the amount of rotations you'd hope for, not the gold towards the Yules he's going to need. I think him and Shu just got to YOLO it a little bit here.
Right. Yeah, they definitely need to.
It's either that or they're counting on some big tornado mid if they all push too much. And that could have been it, but unfortunately the duel was a connection, and so that's just over.
Well, that is, they're no longer tri-laning mid. There's 4 heroes mid now. And they kill that Invoker easy as can be. More dual damage towards Legion Commander as bottom, Yawara's just taking the tier 1 tower for free. They are not under any illusions about a lack of strength. They are incredibly strong right now. And, well, they miss on the torrent, but still pressure moving in towards mid. An 8,000 gold lead now at 12 minutes.
Look what's happening though. Like the Ench is grabbing the creeps next to the tower and just pulling them over to her. They have no top jungle. They're in the triangle. Oh, it's Lilith. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you walking? I'm like, get out of here. Get back. My jungle.
And they're not afraid. I mean, there's nothing to be afraid of, really. I guess with Monster now, they need to.
There we go.
This is something they needed. Oh, wait.
Oh my God, that was
wait a minute, though.
damage.
Wait a minute, though. This is Danger Town. Look out, everybody. Yawara
Still
showed up.
alive.
They're going to get a dual victory, and now looking for more. Lies not tethered up to Monster, but still chasing people down a little bit. Battle is kind of broken apart as Monster is going to back out of there. Looking for the Torrent. Can't quite connect, but does hit onto the creep at the very least, and now it's stolen away. Yeah, she can steal helm creeps. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be that much of a problem, honestly, because the helm cooldown's 45, so if she does that, you can just like grab it back, and then she'd have to wait another like at least 16, even if it's max leveled. So it's not like a super hard counter, but it is kind of annoying.
Yeah. Well, they're keeping the lead steady at least at 8,000. Not great, but you got to work with what you can do.
There's just a lot of like empty gold still on the side of Quincy Crew, though. They haven't even like bought some of their next round of items, and they're still just running at you. Like there's no blade mill yet or anything. Kunkka only has a Sange, so he hasn't even gotten like his active item, whatever he chooses, be it that BKB most likely.
The wraparound is coming. They're scouting things out right now with the Legion illusion. They catch onto RRL. He's in a lot of trouble. Leslau walks forward, finds the IO, and they're going to try and blow him up. Arrow comes out afterwards. It's not enough for the dual victory, but they still will kill Lies. And Shu now going to get the ulti stolen by the Rubik as Tidebringer comes on through, and
oh yeah, there it is, the Arcana one.
It's not quite enough damage, though. Torrent again hits onto Shu as they beat into Monster. Plow, press the attack, still walking forward. Torrent is gonna not follow as he already had it used. Again, it's just like the slow, steady push into 5ManMidas, and they don't have enough damage to stop it. Like if it wasn't for this Bristol, this game would already be over because he's the only one that can stand toe to toe
One
to
kill,
it.
and they did 6,500 damage. Did I just read that right? I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
Yeah, that's
In and out, in and out.
It's the IO. Also, oh monster. He's dead. Ekster now also in some trouble. MSS got his eyes on Shu, punching into him with that cold snap. Not enough damage though.
Well, I think this all started when MSS killed those couriers.
You're
That
not
was the
wrong.
game right there.
I can argue with you about that one. All right, Lies. He gets away. Quinn looking for more. MSS jumping. Get vision. Lift. Boat. Hello, hello again. Duel? Oh, it doesn't have enough cooldown. Disarm. Chase almost gets him, takes him down. Ekster wants to finish off MSS, leaping forward. He can't find the angle. He wants to get it.
Oh,
The faithful Lies. They're dodging it. They're taking it up, but it's not going to happen. So they will kill MSS. They're on the board.
Oh, they've got
Meanwhile, Shu dies and Duel's back up again, and they're going to kill off that Bristle. Lies is coming on back to the grave afterwards. And that is about all she wrote. It is looking rough.
Wow, they
GG
called
called.
it.
Yeah, 60 minutes. I don't know what else you do at that point.
I respect the calling of the GG.
Yeah.
They just lost this one. Lost the side lanes, lost the mid lane. There was one hero holding down each while a trio pushed a tower and you couldn't stop them. So at that point, the game's essentially just over. Like, unless you have some crazy item coming out with a big 5-man wombo combo or something that's going to propel you to victory, it's just, it will be a not so slow burnout when it's Quincy Crew, because they made that one pretty merciful.
They looked good. Again, I think that, like, first of all, there's just the initial being able to win all your lanes, drafting well for that. And then there's also like the sort of clean execution, which it felt like they definitely did. There were a few deaths and they were only on supports.
And Yawar got to be involved. That was nice. He didn't have to just farm the whole time. That's partially what helped end it early, I think. Because he obviously could have just like ditched and built complete farming items and they still would have won this game. But he showed up, came in, just cemented the early game win. And Quinn flexing the Kunkka is a still very frustrating and strong hero right now, because he had it was just free, the Invoker, right? It's like he was always threatening him. It was like constantly, if I X you, you have to know that there's a chance you're about to die. You don't know how many allies are around me, but you're probably dead.
Well, and I think that, you know, the panel was talking about it at the beginning. You pick this Invoker so early on. There's going to be somebody that's really good against it towards the end, and Kunkka was that hero for this game, and it was kind of the Quinn show. I mean, Legion also had an amazing series. I think that LaSalle just played really good across both of the games. This whole team is like, there's a lot to watch for there, and likewise for 5ManMidas, the fact that they put on a good performance in game number 1, this one a little bit less so, but it felt like an outdraft. I think that they can still, have a lot to prove for themselves going forward. So
yeah, it's hard to gauge their strength too if you're another team in the bracket, because they're against Quincy Crew, who's going to be one of the absolute best teams here. So, you see this as someone else, you might think, oh, all right, these guys are easy. They got wiped in 16 minutes, and then suddenly they might be crushing you in the next game, because there's going to be like really good teams make you look really, really bad at Dota. And Quincy Crew are extremely good.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us for today. We're going to hear from the panel in just a second, but first, to a quick break.
Welcome back, everybody, as we round out our Sunday and our very first week of NA DPC. It is over and done. I'm back with Sunsfan and Jenkins. Gentlemen, we have waited all week long to get the Quincy Crew debut. Here they come, and they look strong, 2-0. It's against 5ManMidas, Sunsfan, but based on what we've seen, Quincy Crew, would you put them at the top of the pack right now? How are they looking after their first week showing?
Small sample size, but this was a true shellacking, as we brought up before. We have to have like some sort of a shellacking rating for this. Stop smiling, Jenkins. I can't take you seriously. But yeah, they're looking good. Obviously, we're going to have to wait to see how they perform against some of the other teams that we thought would be the upper echelon, the EGs, 4Zoomers, Sad Boys, etc. But I think it's really important in games like this against teams that you quote unquote should beat because you do have the skill disparity and the experience disparity that you go 2-0. It's really important not to give up games because it might end up biting you towards the end of the I guess I was going to say group stage, but the entire thing is basically a group stage into the major itself, right?
Yeah. Jenkins, real fast. I mean, for 5ManMidas, obviously a tough loss. Quincy Crew, though, are looking to be one of the favorites in the whole pack. Is there any positives they can walk away from this series with?
I think in the first game, they made some pretty solid moves out of the laning phase, and the lanes went fairly well. But when you're playing against a team like Quincy Crew, they're going to take basically any opening you give them. They're going to make a lot more moves than you are because they have the experience. So I think it's a really good starting point for these gentlemen on 5ManMidas. I wouldn't expect them to beat Quincy Crew at this point in their career, but perhaps by the end of the season they're going to start looking a lot better. It's better to have that baseline where they're actually making moves as opposed to just getting stomped by Quincy Crew and like they didn't make any moves at all. Like they actually had something good to build on, which is really nice.
All right, and it sounds like we do have our interview ready to go. We have none other than Quinn of Quincy Crew himself here joining us. Quinn, thank you so much. Congratulations, of course, on your league debut win. My question is something I've kind of asked some of the other guys, and I'm curious about you and your team's thoughts on this league system now. You had to wait the full week to have this one series, and now you're going to have a full week again to prepare for your next series where you'll face off against 4 Zoomers. How do you like this league system of having the full week to technically study your opponent and prepare? Do you like that? Does that make the games more interesting and hype? Or would you prefer that there were more quick fire matches to kind of get through and stay consistent with?
It's kind of weird for sure. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a long time with no matches, so it's just a lot of scrims. Like we have a lot of scrims throughout the week to keep like playing because you don't want to just like be idle for a week. I don't know. It's definitely strange. I'm not sure how exactly I feel about it since it just started.
All right, we have Suns fan and Jenkins here. They have a couple of questions they want to ask you before we let you go with the victory here. Suns fan, what do you got?
Quinn, as always, even though I'm going second and not last, this will be a much more important question than what Jenkins is going to come up with. I need to understand what is in your guys' mindset with the metagame of your nicknames. You used to be known as CCNC, now it's Quinn. You have Yawar, who for some reason goes by YS now. And then SVG, out of nowhere, after so many years, is now LOA, which I don't even know what the hell that stands for. Maybe you can enlighten us. But what's going on with the nicknames, man? Need to know.
I don't know, honestly. I changed mine mostly because I like CCNC is kind of a mouthful, and I just kind of felt like changing it. Maybe like down the line or something, if I were to become a streamer, CCNC is kind of weird or something, so maybe just a name is better. That was like sort of my rationale, or at least part of it. I'm not sure why the rest of the people changed their names, and I think I'll let Avery say what his name means if he wants to when the time comes.
That just makes me imagine that one day a teammate turns around and says, "Guys, today I am now known as King.
I'm Bill."
Like, what? All right. I'm now Bill the Builder. Like, okay, Bill, I don't know why, but we accept that. Jenkins, what you got over there?
Yeah, so apologies for that, Quinn. I'm going to go ahead and raise the IQ points up in here with the questions a little bit. I'm curious what your thoughts are as the resident OD expert. What do you think of this hero in the mid lane? We see some teams picking it there. It's not looking so good. I want to know what you think about it.
It's okay. I don't think it's like incredible or anything, but it's just an annoying flex because it's a pretty strong laner. I think he could have done better in the OD lane versus me. He skilled W it too, which I'm not sure if it's correct. He kind of had no mana, so his orbs weren't doing damage. So I think the hero can definitely be a mid. I mean, it's just like this annoying flex. You pick it and it counters some heroes, so it reduces your hero pool or whatever.
Okay.
Awesome.
Terrible
Quinn, we'll,
question. Thank you, Jenkins.
True.
Travesty.
I mean, just kind of walking away from that, I mean, do you guys feel good? I'm sure there's expectations that you guys should be performing probably the best of the whole group. I mean, I know EG's in the group, but you probably have more recent, practice kind of being as a team. You've been a roster set longer. Was there any sort of pressure coming into that? And, and do you just feel good being able to walk away with a clean 2-0?
I don't know if there's any pressure coming into this match. I mean, personally, I don't really feel that much pressure for this whole thing in general. I just want to keep getting better and win. I don't really like read social media or Reddit or anything like that. So I mean, everybody hates NA anyway, you know. So if we own, then we prove people wrong. And if I mean, not like even if we can care, you know, they can go if you can do something. Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel any pressure. I'm just trying to win.
That's an
Yep.
interesting perspective because these do matter. It's just like crazy because there's only 2 spots,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
does
and the
a
top
lot.
spot gets to go straight to playoffs. Second spot gets just group stage. So yeah, and NA is just kind of in that weird space, and I'm with you on that. I feel like all the other regions kind of looking at NA, and we know that we're not where we used to be, and that there's a stigma there. But I think that if a lot of players just kind of keep their heads down and play their best games, that we could surprise them come next international time. So appreciate the grind that you guys are putting out. You put on a hell of a show today. We look forward to seeing you next week against 4Zoomers.
Yeah, thanks. Time will tell. Time will tell.
I know. I hope so. So thank you so much, Quinn, for the time, and we'll let you go.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Everyone give some love to Quinn, CCNC. Follow him up on the Twitter. Give some love for him and his team. And Jack, of course, always a great set of guys. All right, gentlemen, that's going to wrap things up for today. Why don't we take a quick look at the standings and get a recap of where we will stand with the North American League and who's currently sitting in a nice, cozy top position. Now, it was only 1 week, but a couple of teams did get to play twice. Evil Geniuses and 5ManMidas had 2 series this week. EG managed to win both their series, and unfortunately for 5ManMidas, they lost both theirs, so they're at the bottom while EG's at the top. But what do you think, guys? Any other real surprises of the week? Did everything kind of go as expected?
Yeah, basically went as expected, I think. With
Yeah.
with the upper division. I think the odd game losing here or there, like Zoomers taking a game off of EG and making them really sweat in that series, probably was unexpected. And I think that first game versus Quincy, we saw, like I said, a couple of, decent moves here or there. I think maybe a lot of people would expect it to be a lot more of a stomp. So within the actual games, sure, there's a little bit of unexpected stuff happening, but I think within the whole series, it's going just about as you'd expect.
Here we have a look at next week's schedule, and I want you guys to take it in for a moment and tell me what you think are the hype matches to look out for, and we'll quickly run it here. Remember, oh, sorry, my bad. This is still this week.
I was
read
going
it
to say,
wrong.
we're going to
That
see a
EG
rematch
Zoomers
of
rematch.
Dog Champ and
All right,
Arcon.
calm down, folks. Calm down. It's a recap of what has already transpired this week. Fair enough. That's my bad. That's my bad. And what a week it has been. You know, we've gotten to dabble in both the upper and lower division a bit. You know, Arkosh scored that first win in the rival match against Dog Champ. You know, you already mentioned it, Jenkins. EG had to warm up a bit to finally secure their series win against 4Zoomers. 4Zoomers return next week against Quincy Crew. They're going to want to score a win at some point, so that is going to be a super hype series. And then a lot of these teams in the middle need to kind of prove themselves that they're going to be able to stay in the upper division, or if they're going to be at the risk of falling potentially into the lower division. Here we have next week's schedule. Now, notice there may be a couple of changes here, specifically to the lower division. Some matches have been moved around a bit for the ease of scheduling on some of these teams. Plus, it will allow them to be broadcasted at a better viewing hour with more exposure, we'll say. So here we have it. Monday, we're back at the lower division. Arkosh, the Slacks Arkosh gang will return against the Cut. Tuesday, me and the crew here of the upper division team will return to bring you 4Zoomers versus A-Team, followed by Janghu versus the Cut. Thursday, it's back again for a double header of upper division matches. Undying 5ManMidas, EG Black and Yellow. And then it's Sunday later on where we are stacked with matches, including Quincy Crew versus 4Zoomers. So, Suns fan, looking over this schedule, what are you hyped to see? What are you looking forward to?
Well, the Quincy Crew 4Zoomers is going to be probably the most important match because I think, let's say Quincy Crew ends up losing to EG 2-1. So everybody has basically lost to EG 2-1, right? So it's all about that second spot. So that one theoretically would decide, in theory, who has a possibility of getting second. It would basically take somebody out of the running, right? For the most part. Obviously, that's not 100% the case because, again, the 2-0s are a big deal, which is why I want to bring that up again. The fact that EG has won both series 2-1 has actually opened the door for some teams potentially to squeak on in. So it's going to make things quite interesting.
Get more points for a 2-0 or what? Or is it like for tiebreakers?
For tiebreakers, yeah.
Okay, I see. Gotcha.
But somebody
Yeah,
has to
right.
beat EG at some point for that to even matter, for the first
Yeah,
spot at least.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's a good thing because with so much at stake, the top of the groups, it's battling out for one of those 2 spots. For the bottom of the groups, it's battling to just stay in the upper division. It feels like each match matters each week, and it's been a lot of fun. So with that said, gentlemen, I'm just going to wrap things up here. It was a pleasure to kind of bring you our first week of NA DPC coverage. We'll be back in 2 days. No, tomorrow. We're right back in it. More lower division action. We have a media day underway for upper division teams. Content should start rolling out within the next week. I look forward to watching our broadcast continue to grow with a lot of fun and content. Suns fan Jenkins, for both of you, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you on Tuesday for more upper division matches, but check back on Monday tomorrow for more NA DPC action. Take care, and we'll see you then.